Hello again. Slightly more on the breezy side today, and a bit chillier too. A few degrees less than normal, but that's okay. Got a nice blue sky, won't let that bother us. Right, down the station to get a shot of the Pullman coming through for my Pullman Weekender video, which hopefully you'll have seen by now. Oh yes. Well, there we go. It's come through early. Considerably earlier than expected, but never mind, that still counts. I still saw it, didn't I? Excellent. Well, not excellent, but better than nothing. Well, there we go. That was a bit surprising. Never mind, still managed to get a glimpse of it though. And gonna head down into town now. I want to talk a little bit about the Salty, or the history of the Salty, but we'll do that when we get there. And look at that, it's the market. Forgot all about that. Brilliant. Well, I know Mum wants some cake, and I know Barry wants to sponsor it on it. So anyway, I'll go and get the cake and I'll take it up. I think I'll do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Here we go. Quicker shot of it if I give it to Mum, and job's a good one, and I'll go back out in a minute. Right, well, here we go, take two. It's about 15 minutes later, and Mum's got her cake and all is good with the world. So try again, off we go. Pop-up shop. Back of Lido and Mere Lane. Thornhill, just on my left here, along with the place they've painted next to it. And Heathcliff Court, which someone's informed me was the Bairnscroft Hotel, back when it was a hotel, the Bairnscroft. Lovely. There we go, another subscriber wanders off with his coffee. Smashing. Nice to meet you, nice to have a chat. Telling me all about an amusement arcade in Shoulden I wasn't aware of. Lovely. From back in the day, of course. Not now. What's this? On my left. There's a big brown space between the wall and the sea. How strange. Hope there's nothing wrong. There we go, got a bit of a beach. The sound is really, really low though. You can see down there, all that's exposed, not normally visible. There we go, that's all right. Little bit of sand. Smash in. $21? Well, I'm not too sure about that. Photographing the photographer. Lovely. There we go, when the ice cream place is selling hot sausage rolls and traditional pasties, you know it's not quite as warm as they want you to believe it is. Tables formerly known as Captain's tables outside of Venus. Just check for a temperature difference at this end, it'd be rude not to. There we go, drop down a degree. All the rope people still beating on that octopus. Haven't defeated him yet, but that's all right. At least they're still here, giving it their best try. There's that backlight we were talking about the other day for the lighthouse in front of the Linton Hotel. Sea breeze where Mark was staying, next to the Bay Hotel, which desperately needs to have something done to it. So we're going to head down now onto the back beach, talk about the Salty. Kind of doing this just off the cuff, to be honest. Haven't really prepared it. But the Salty is the area that's usually visible at low tide in the centre of the Teign. Kind of like a sandbank. However, how it is today is not how it always was. Back up until at least 1981, it was much bigger. Very, very rarely ever got completely covered, except for an exceptionally high tide. And there was grass on it, there was rocks on it, people would have fires on it. It was a permanent island in the middle of the Teign. In fact, cormorants used to live there and nest there. But unfortunately, a lot of local fishermen at the time, this is back pre-80s of course, not saying recently, they felt that they were stopping their activities and making money. So they had them culled, unfortunately. But that was then. So anyway, what's the point of me talking about it today? Well, we look down the river here, we see the bridge in the distance, and I'm going to show you a picture from Mark that was taken in 1962, which although it's not the clearest picture, you can definitely see, there we are, definitely see the Salty built up much higher than it is now. Like I say, used to have fires on there. Used to be a proper sort of place, always open, always there. And I looked for some older pictures online, couldn't find anything, but I did come across this, which I'm going to say is probably people stood on the Salty looking at Sholdon Bridge. It would make sense because it's too far for them to be here. There's no reason for them to be sort of on the top of it like a pile. So they're probably on the Salty back in the day. And the link to that picture thing and the story of the Salty and all the business about the cormorants and that and the dates, well, it's in the description. So hope you enjoy that. Interesting, isn't it? So I can remember it being the Salty, but I don't remember really going out on there or anything. So it was a bit sort of dangerous, I was told, for me as a kid. Anyway, there we go. If you heard a shout just then behind me, joggers shouting, "Get out of the way, we're coming through." And there they all go. Quite sure exactly what's going on, but it seems you're having a good time. As they run past what was Pam's cottage. Hi Pam.
Morning.
Lovely. No comment. So as you can see, right down the bottom of the beach here, much further than I can normally go down. Great big expanse of sand, very low tide. As I pan round here, get to Ivy Lane. There we are between the houses, which is where Norman came down in the bus. And there's the same flagpole that he climbed up and hid. Oh, okay then, here we are.
Excuse me. I say, I'm really most awfully sorry, but that wasn't my bike after all.
Right, so after that brief Norman interlude, just carry on panning round. It's just nice to see it from down here, it's quite so low. Smashing. Very peaceful down here this morning. Very peaceful indeed. There we go, time measurement stick. Not usually visible. It's normally there at the top there where I stand and film back. Lovely. The old boot hill, or the old boot wall, whatever you want to call it these days. Someone was talking about it to me in the comments the other day, saying about how they remember it when it was a real thing with all flowers growing out of them all. I kind of remember that as well myself. There we go, that's the thing I said I normally stand next to. It's at the top of that ladder, not ladder, sorry, that measure, ruler, tide ruler. Right, one last look around on this lovely day with such a low tide. Smash in. As you can see, there's no one in on the docks today. No workers doing anything, no ships docked. Nothing to report at all, I'm afraid. And of course there's Polly Steps, just coming into view up there in the distance. Lovely. And the pilot boat, smashing. Genuine fishing boat, just resting against the side there. Lovely to see, isn't it? Spymas Gallery, the art shop. Quite a windy Northumberland place. We'll cut down the side alley this way. Up Bath Terrace, past the displays on that side, on the front of the house, and all the flowers that they've planted and bushes they've done themselves on this side of the road as well, which just used to be dirt.
Probably to some extent you get like 25 boxes, 20.
Here we go, made the triangle now. No seagull super glued to the fountain today. And I met up with Big Bad Trev and his wife, who are still with me at the moment. Lovely. It's nice to see them again. They're going down the market now. Check that out. I'm going to wander down with them. Oh yes. There we go. Big Bad Trev and his wife off to enjoy the market. Smashing. Lovely to see them. Oh yes. Well, so we'll leave the market in full swing and start making our way back up now. And the sky is getting substantially darker than it was an hour or so ago. And the wind is indeed picking up. And I think we might have a little bit of rain forecast for the next few days. I'm not 100% sure. But rest assured, no matter what the weather is like tomorrow, I will still be going out somewhere, as I do every day. And hopefully, I'll see you then. So take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.